Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session. We're going to be starting in just 2 minutes. Okay, so let's start with the basics. Now, what is Customily? Most of you installed the app quite recently and are either getting started with your store from scratch or beginning the process of selling customizable products on an existing store. For both cases, we have the perfect tools to get started. Okay, excellent. So Customily is an app that loads in your store and provides you with live previews of your products, along with the options to interact with these live previews. So you can change these live previews by interacting with the options. To say this, you have a product that you're selling right now, this, for example, blanket, and you can offer customizations, but how would you offer them? How would you tell your customers that you have a lot of flower options and that you can type your name and it will have certain number of characters and certain size, and that you can change this message, for example, and change the background? How would you transmit that to your customers? Basically by images. So you will have a large set of examples here, and your customers will get the idea. They will select the information, send you all the detail, and we're going to, and what will happen is that it will take you a lot of time for you to process that information later. So Customily is an app that, like I said, provides your store with live previews, meaning that whatever interaction you take with these options will change the live preview, giving your customers the actual image of what they're going to be customizing. From text typing to clip art selection or even image upload, your preview will change live and give you a realistic example of how your customization will look on the product. In this case, I'm going to type something. For example, I get this suggestion, Nana's Garden. But if I type Granny, you see, it's not only giving me the name, but the rest of the phrase. And I can actually select the number of kids that I want to add to my design and type them. Okay. And I can actually change graphics in this design. And at the end, I also can change the background. So this is what Customily offers to your store. Gives you the power for to create customizable products that can be customized and previewed by your customers live on your store. Also, while your customers see this and they purchase this, you as a merchant will get the print file of this customization. So it would not always it will not only save you time in the back and forth of the customer and the merchant with the proofs and checking out what they want. That will be saved with the live preview, that time. But also, once you get that done, you will have to create the file. You will have to send that for fulfillment, and that is also being saved by Customily. So you have all those tools in this particular app. And the way the app is that this preview is done by loading a template on the page, as well as the options. And these two elements, the templates and the options, are created in Customily. In fact, if you follow the steps of creating a template from scratch, you'll be able to create the options automatically. And then you can connect them to any of your existing products, as simple as that. Now, like I said, that's for existing products. That's the advantage of Customily, to be able to to load on top of any existing product, so nothing has to change about your store. Nothing has to change about your variants, your prices, even your listing photos. Customily will load a new preview and offer your customers the options within the page. Now, what if you have a store that it's blank and you're starting from scratch? And for that, you'll see that Customily is also a great tool. We have another example here that I was playing with. It's a pillow that I can add grandchildren's. And you see, if you have a lot of clipboards with this, you can change the images to customize your character. Select anything from a kid, a girl, and preview all things live on your store. So what if I don't have any products? Those starting your store from scratch, like I said, will have more interest in this section, because now you can choose a product directly from a print-on-demand supplier, add a design to it, and get it published in your Shopify store, all from the Customily app. Also, with the print-on-demand services that have an API connection, all the fulfillment processes will be automated. This means that once you receive a purchase, all the order details and the ready-to-print file will be sent to the corresponding POD provider automatically for fulfillment and shipping. Now, another interesting feature for Shopify users is the free access to Customily's design libraries. This means that you can find designs ready to use and sell, or you can use this exclusive clipart collection, the hairstyles and the children and the dogs and the cats, and use them to create your own designs. So I'm going to break this up for you. There are 4 different paths that you can explore with Customily 2.0. You can work with a print-on-demand provider who has its own catalog and add a design from Customily's library to it. This is the fastest path, the one that allows you to have published products ready to sell in minutes. Now, you can work with the print-on-demand provider, but choose to add your own designs to the products. In this case, you will have to populate your design library before being able to publish products in your store. And for that, we have a design studio meant for these kind of examples. On the other hand, if you have your own products and are not interested in working with a print-on-demand provider, the way to go is to start by populating your product base library first. After you have your own mockups, you can choose to add a design from Customily's library to them and create and publish products really fast. Or you can, of course, add your own designs to your own products. This is the path that involves more time, but once you have all your product mockups and all your designs set up, it's just a mix and match game, and you'll be able to create and launch new products in seconds. Now remember, Customily 2.0 is the fastest way to create new products. Basically, whatever you combine in this 4 path will create a new product in your store. Well, let's start from the beginning. Imagine I'm a Shopify store owner and I want to start selling personalized products and just install Customily to try it out. Here we are in the main menu of Customily. You can see at the left bar that we have 6 sections. The first 3 sections are shortcuts to the 2.0 tools. So here in the start menu is exactly where we are right now, where you can create new products. And we're going to get into that. Now, for existing products, we're going to be exploring the next 3 options. And in these 3 options, we have the main core of Customily. You can explore, manage, and create your templates, upload and organize your assets in libraries, colors, fonts, vectors and images. And you can see all your connected products in the store section, as well as change many settings that will help you customize the front-end experience of your customers. So basically, if I were to start off with somewhere, I will actually go to store and I can link products. Here you can link products, you can edit the options you have available. Remember, Customily will create options for you as well, but everything can be manually done or automatically done. That's the advantage of Customily. You don't have to overwhelm yourself with a lot of manual stuff as long as you learn with us the quick ways to do things. For example, if I were to click on link products or here in products, I will see, and let me sync because I was fixing my store earlier today. Let's change to the last product. I will be able to see all my products, the products that I have on my store right now. Those that are connected to Customily will have a check here. I can actually filter them for those linked to Customily or not. And if I were to find some others that don't have Customily, they're just products that exist on my store. But if I want to click on any of these products, Customily will give me the chance to select a template and select the options or create them automatically. Remember that the template is what loads here and allows me to change the live preview with my options. So template and options are connected and they work together. And each product will always have at least one template and one set of options. Here you can see those who don't have, you can connect anything. And those who have, like, I don't know, this is the one here. This product will show the listing photo on Shopify, the product. This button here allows me to go jump into the product to preview that. And I get the basic information of the template loading and the options loading. I can click here and jump to the template. I can click here and jump to the options and see how this was created. But in any case, this is how you would explore your existing products and connect everything. Now we're going to get into how to do the template and how to do the options. But first, I want to go to the very beginning. And well, we're going to create these products, don't worry. The idea is to play with this and create this basic pillow and this mink Sherpa blanket. So we're off in the start section, and from here you will have access to, when you create a new product, print-on-demand providers, design libraries, and mockup libraries as well. These two last sections, we have covered them in previous live sessions, and we're going to be doing a design, but you're welcome to check other live sessions because the truth is we cover some pieces of Customily on each live session. We do examples of products that are trending, that have certain interest in the upcoming sales seasons. And most importantly, we, on each video that we upload to our YouTube channel, where you're going to find all the live sessions. Today is live session number 19. So next Thursdays, we're going to be turning 20 live sessions. We're going to throw a party after that. And but jokes aside, in YouTube, in our YouTube channel, you have all the live sessions, and you can replay them anytime you want. You can find in the description a link that will show you. Let me just find you this. So I'm about to open a live session. I'm about to check here in the description and show you not only the chapters of this video, but the assets that you can download and replay all this. It is me. And replay all these products. Do them on your side with all the clip art, all the backgrounds, all the information available. So please check out this. There's a lot of live sessions to check out. You have examples of the products we're going to be covering on each one. This is great for you to explore. But today, I'm going to tell you a bit more about these print-on-demand suppliers. Some of them will be showing colors, some of them will be gray, but you can always input your API key and connect to this. So if you have an account with any of these print-on-demand providers, you can connect and integrate them to Customily, use the API key, and you will see that those who have API key will have automatic fulfillment, meaning that whatever purchase is done with a product created here with any of this will automatically send the print file to the print-on-demand provider automatically, and you won't have to do anything. That's the great advantage of Customily and how it integrates. Really quickly, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be asked that later. If you want to integrate any of these PODs, what you need to do is go to Settings here, click on Integrations tab, it's the number 4, and here you will see a drop-down list of all our available PODs. Okay, and whenever you click one of them, like Custom Cut, just click on Enable Integration, and it will show up here. You will need to input the API key. If you don't know where to find that API key, click on this link. It will take you to our help center and show you exactly where you can find that on every single POD that we have. So once you find that API, you copy and you paste it here, you'll be able to save the settings, okay? And it will be integrated like these two have been. So really fast, really easy. So let's create a new product. Yeah, let's click here and say I want to sell a pillow, right? We talk about the pillow. So I found on Printful a pillow, and whenever you click on a print-on-demand service, you will see their catalog. These are the products that have been integrated with Customily so far, and we are integrating more every day. If you don't see any particular products, just ask our support team to get a notion of when it's going to be added. But rest assured, we are always integrating what's trending, what's new, what the POD is sending us as well. It is a dynamic process, and it's important that we have your input and your feedback. So I'm going to find this all over print basic pillow. Click here. And I will see that sometimes if you have more than one provider, it's going to show up here. Then you will see the variants. In this case, we have size variants, and I'm going to pick 2 variants. Then I can select if the print or the back. I'm going to set the front print to be the one that I want my design. And once I have at least one of these selected, I'm going to click Next down here. And Customily will ask me if I want to use my designs or if I want to use the Customily designs. Now we're going to see what my designs are, but basically it's whatever you want to create and to offer. You can create that in my designs and it will show up here. But I want to use the Customily designs. And in this place, you have hundreds of cool, amazing, unique designs that are really really nice looking, really interesting. It will cover a lot of categories, so you can have the cat lover, dog lovers, graduations, seasonal events, anything that you can imagine is here and more to be added each time. So in fact, we had some like this coming along next month, and last week we had some designs about pride. Now this week we decided to go into something more of home decor and cozy. So we are thinking about our grandmas. We're thinking about that and decided that we wanted to create a pillow for our grandma, and she could actually pick between 1 and 5 grandkids. That's one of our designs. So I'm going to pick this. Right now, Customily started working for you. It's creating everything that I mentioned before. Since we combined product information from the POD and one of our designs, Customily will put those two together and create a template. Remember, the template is the final file from Customily that will load on the front end. So by creating the template, it's creating the options automatically, and it's putting all of this in a brand new product that is also being created. The product, the variants, the listing photo, the information, the description, the title, everything will be created in your Shopify store and connected to Customily automatically. It's a process that takes about 1 or 2 minutes at most. It's very important to know that the template will hold the information of the print file and the preview. And I'm going to show you how that works, because this design that we picked has to be presented on a print area, right? That's how the POD will print that. But at the same time, your customer needs to see that nice looking on your product. So any template will have two parts, a print file and a preview file. Now, right when this is over, you are presented with a final revision of your product before you publish. So in the final revision, you get to, there's a few things you can do. First, you get the final mockup. This is the preview for your customers, and you get the two variants, and you get the options to play with. Before we play with the options, let me show you the rest of the tools available. Edit product details here is a very quick shortcut to change some things about the product before going to Shopify. For example, the description, for example, the price, okay, the SKU, if such is the case. So these are the two variants. And the title, very important, I'm going to change this to live session all over print basic pillow. Now that's going to be the Blessed Grandma basic pillow, like that. So I know this product and I'm going to find that in my store. I'm going to save these settings and go back to the revision. I have a button here called Edit Options, and the reason why we have this really close by is because you may want to change something about the options. For example, I'm going to open this, and the first option I get is the number of grandkids I'm going to be adding. So I'm going to pick just 2 grandkids. Okay. Now the grandma will be Martha. She's going to be, we have this skin color. We'll have a short hair, gray, this turquoise sweater, this, and she's going to have a girl. It's going to be called Taylor, and she's going to have long blonde hair. She's going to have a dot dress, to change something. And the other is going to be a boy. It's going to be called B. Will have curly hair like this, and we'll have a t-shirt in yellow. Okay, and black jeans. So basically this is a really nice testing. Everything seems to be working perfectly. Editing options will be if I want to change something about these labels, or maybe if I want to change the order in which I'm asked certain questions, like the names should be the last. Anything you can change it here. It's all personalizable. But I'm going to click in this button here and save this to be my new product image. Instead of the standard empty pillow, I'm going to have one with an example of customization. This will look very nice on the product, basically. And I can preview this larger if I want. Yeah. You notice the high quality of the clip art. And remember, this is all now in my user, in your user will be, and you can have this kid on another design. You can have this girl on another design, the grandmother, You can use the background and put this on a t-shirt. You're free to use this any way you want. And now that I have finished this, I'm going to publish the product. And now this is my new product. I have a brand new product in my store connected to Printful. I can select the size, so it's going to print in the exact print size of 22 by 22 or 18 by 18. I can choose the options that I saw, preview that, add to cart, and it's going to be sent to my Shopify store as an order information, but that information will also be sent to the POD for fulfillment as fast as that. All questions. So up to now, this was really fast to create, but I'm pretty sure there are some questions. Okay, let me show you really quick what happened inside Customily while we were here playing with our product. Remember, these free icons are the core of Customily, meaning that I can find anything Customily in these free sections. If I go to templates, I will find that I have a new template, a new file that is the all over print Blessed Grandma. Okay, and actually I can edit this. I could actually edit and change anything I want, but let me show you how a template looks like. Basically, a template will have a first step, which is the production file settings. When you create, you're going to create every piece of design in here. Right now, you see a lot of empty boxes, but it's because everything has, for example, this is the grandma plus one kid plus two kids, three kids. Everything has been created, and you don't have to go really this complex. You can go super fast, super easy with just names and everything. And if I check this grandma hairstyle, I will see that I have a hairstyle here. I have, I don't know, 20 hairstyles or maybe 50, 60 hairstyles. Everything is inside objects and it's ready for you to explore and to use. And the great thing is these assets are available for you to use. Now, once I have everything designed and created, and I know I'm going to export this as a PNG, I will jump to the next step, the second step of a template, and see that Customily put that design into the mockup of the product. As simple as that. It's the same information you saw before for printing, and you see now on the front end. The best way to get an idea of how this works is you click next and go to the final step in which you're going to save it, but you get to see how things work in reality. This is the basic structure of a template. You have the production file, which is the print file, what the POD will need for fulfillment, and this is the preview that your customer will see. And you get to see a lot of things here because it's like the final revision, but whatever I decide to change, the customer will see that here and is going to print like this. They are exactly the same information showing up differently depending on the needs. Here you need them to show beautifully on your product. Here you need them to show perfectly and high quality for printing. Okay, and we save, and that's it. That's one thing Customily created. The other thing on the store, if we go to store, remember we have, this is the core of Customily, so there's a new template, and if I go to the options sets here, or here, create, edit options, on the last page, I will see a file called Blessed Grandma, and these are the options created for that particular product. If I go to products, and I will need to sync because I changed the name of the product, and I find the live session blessed, Now I have a new product in my store. This product has the name that I created, has the image that I selected, the template we just saw, and the options we just saw. Now I'm just exploring this. Customily created this for me, just showing you how it is. And on top of all that, if we go to libraries, we get to see that we have colors, fonts, vectors, and images. And if I go to the images, I will see that on the very last page, I have this pencil style woman, all clothed, right hug, boy, right hug. These have very unique names, so you can figure them out. But basically, if you edit any of these libraries, you will see that every single asset is right now in your user rate for you to work anyway. Okay, so this is just a really fast preview of what goes on in Customily. But remember, by following the quick steps we saw, we created this new product ready to go. Okay? So now let's create something else, something simpler, easier, faster. For that, I'm going to create a new product, okay, again, and I'm going to pick another POD, like custom cut. Remember, we wanted to create a blanket, and the blanket, I think it was not this, yeah, like this one. I like this one. I'm going to create this. It has a white variant and front area. So I click next, but I want to pick my designs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a design. I'm going to open another tab. So I keep this, yeah, here. And I'm going into my designs here. I'm going to pick to create a new design. Imagine this was going to be a bit empty. Okay, this design is going to be the grandkids blanket. The idea of this design is that you can use it for anything at all. But I want to use it for blankets, so I'm going to resize this to something more comfortable and more blanket related, right? So if I am going to be using this in a 60 by 80 blanket, I'm going to use that like that. Okay. So I have an empty canvas and I am now in the design studio of Customily. And check out how many tools we have to play with. We can create text boxes so customers will be able to input text. We can create placeholders so customers can upload their images, their photos and everything. We can create maps so customers can input their custom locations. And well, we created live sessions for this that are really interesting. I invite you to watch them over. But we can also upload our own images. In this case, dynamic images are the same things you saw with the hairstyles and stuff. Basically, it's an object that you can put inside many pictures, and customers will be able to choose those images. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, really quickly, I'm going to create a text box. Basically, what I want is I want my customers to be able to type in if your grandmother is, you call her Nana or Granny or Grandma. So they will be able to freely type that. And well, I created a text box. I can drag it and move it any way I want by picking here, make it like this, move it anywhere and position that wherever I want. I can preview any text, and you see right now here, well, it's pretty small, right? There's like a very small text. Don't worry, that's by default. So I'm going to play with a possible option. This is just for testing. So Nana's garden, yeah. And If I open the character tab here, I get to select the font and the size really quickly and easy. I don't recall exactly the font, but I'm going to play with this anyway. So what I can do is I can keep making sure the size is big enough. So when I start to drag this up, it's starting to grow and grow until it's really fast. I'm going to jump in a couple of stages and go straight to something really big, like this. Okay, like that. Also, I can say, okay, if I were to keep typing and typing, whenever I reach the end of the box, I'm going to start going smaller and smaller. In order to be really small, but not this small, yeah, if we click here, you're going to see the minimum size is 2 minimum. I'm going to make sure that the minimum size is 400, and that's about it. So if I keep typing, I will get down, and smaller, but not so small it will not print. That's your advantage as a designer, to put things together so customers can type in and easily customize without making things too complex. Okay, so this is Nana's garden, and I want to make sure this is centered perfect. My second text box will have a message which is love grows here. This is kind of so again, probably going to make sure this is big, like this, and we're going to try love grows here. Yeah, make sure it's a bit smaller, put it here. Okay, probably going to change this to something else. Okay, and now a bit smaller. So I'm going to make sure it's smaller, like this. Now, since this is a fixed message we're going to create, basically we want this to have just one single size. So if you have one single size, 240 and 240, it won't change, it won't shrink. It's just going to stop at the end of the box. But don't worry, this is a fixed message and we're going to change that later. All I want to see now is how they look. They look pretty nice, yeah? But I need something else. I need a background, because this is text. Customers will type anything. Okay, but I need a nice background for this to look more like the product I'm creating. So I'm going to create a dynamic image. This object can hold one or many images. So I can come here and upload one background. Okay, and I can just make it like this. It's always going to try and fit to the proportion. Exactly. It looks like it's covering everything, basically because the layer is on top, so I can just put it here. Okay, so I have a background now. What if I want a second background? All I have to do is come to the option. This is the first option in my dynamic image. But if I go to the second option and I find that empty, I can upload another one. Okay. Now that I have this, I'm probably going to change this. Instead of being white, black is going to be white. So remember, we opened the character tab to play with the font. If we open the color tab, we can change this to white. Save it and change this to white. Finally, we need to put in the children name. Yeah, they have 2 children, 3 children. We're going to go for the simple and do a couple of children. So I need the name, a text box for the name of the children. She's going to be Stephanie. It's going to be one of the children. Again, this is really small, so we need to make sure it's bigger. not that, but like this. And one thing we can do, if we grab this pointer here, this thing here, is move it around like this, rotate. If you want to be more precise, you can come to the transform tab and, well, I was really that close. Change this rotation degrees like this. So now we have the name of one of the grandchildren. And, well, we want to do some changes here. We want to change the font, and the font I wanted to use was the, let me see if I find it. Yeah, that's the one. Perfect. And I wanted this to be in the horizontal alignment, to be to the right. Yeah, so whenever I type something, it's going to start on the side. Very handy when we are actually creating something that involves a graphic. Finally, what do we need? We need the color to be white, and that's it. We have one children name. What are we missing? We're missing the flower images. So I recommend, when you have a design in mind and you want to offer options, you should make sure you have those options, or you can get those options. Now, we took a bit of time to create or to gather these graphics, okay, these flowers, and we have them in black, and because we wanted to show them on a white color, we created them in white. So I have these PNGs ready to upload. I can come here, and remember, the object to upload images is the dynamic image. Here it is. And I can just go to upload, and I don't have to select one by one. I can select all of them, and it will start showing. Everything will be uploaded and organized in different options. Option number 8, 7, 6, and so on. I can preview any of this. It's not that it's going to be selected, it's just a previewing. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the flower here. I'm going to put the name here. They kind of should be connected, hopefully. Yeah, like that. And check out this. If I were to change this to, this, it's all looking beautiful. We took the time to find the font, align it to the edge. We have these images, and we just put them together really fast in Customily. I recommend always having a clear idea of what you want to create before exploring the design studio. It's always faster to jump in with Customily designs to get started. Now, before I finish this, I have these layers, and I recommend always changing the names of this. For example, this image selection is for the background, so I can change this to something called select background color. Having this name here will reflect directly on the labels you have here, so it's a great time saver when you are designing stuff, so you don't have to rename things later. This one will be Nana's Garden. Okay, and this one will be Lab Grows Here. And this is the kid number 1 name. This is the flower number 1. Okay. Now, as simple as that, all I have to do is grab these two and hit Control-C, Control-V. Let me quickly show you. So Control+C will copy any object, and Control+V will paste it really fast. So I grab these two, I hit Control-C, then I hit Control-V, and I have the new object here. I can put it down this, and now I have 2 grandchildren. In fact, I don't have this changed in names, but it's as simple as renaming this. Yep, like that. So now that I have this, I don't have anything else left to do. I have this object that will allow me to select the the flowers. I have this that will, apparently this is not aligned. So just coming here and double checking that this is on the right alignment. And this will, let me ask you something. Will a customer type in Nana's garden, or should they want to type Nana? They seem to want to type Nana. So a quick tool, an advanced tool in Customily is the suffix. If I put the suffix like this, it will always populate. So whatever the customer types in will add the rest of the message. So it's a great time saver. It will save customers from typing, making typos and stuff like that, and will always complete the idea. Okay. Let's double check that the background has 2 options in color. It does, right? So off we go. Let's save the design. And now that we have a design and the design shows up in our My Design list, every design has the options already created, so the product creation is faster. Now, when I go back, and we're going to start off, yeah. I go back to the start, and I want to create a product using my new design. I'm going to create new product. I find the print on demand that I want, browse through the catalog until I find that product that I want to sell, select the product and select whatever variants are available and I want to sell. I click next to jump into the design selection. Instead of designing using something from Customily, I will use something that I just created, which is this grandkids blanket. After I click here, the same process will begin. A new product will get created, a new template, and a new option set. All will be put together for you and ready to publish in your store. I recall someone asking earlier about how to change the options. Options can be changed. If you see here, this option sets section is where you can open any file and change anything you want. You can change from the small images to the colors, labels, everything at all. Right, so here we have, let's play with this. Let me change the name. Like I said, first, it's important to change the name so you find this later on your store. So let's go to the garden blanket. Yep. Price. I don't know. Try with this. Save it. Okay, and let's see what options we have available. We can type in the name. So remember grandma, and I type grandma and I get the rest of the message. And love grows here should be automatically, right? You can change that. It's really fast. It's really easy to do. I'm going to copy this and show you how. But I can change the background. Yep. And I can put the kids' names. Change the flowers like this. And you see why it's important to sometimes get into the options, because, well, these are white designs, so they will not show beautifully here. But you can actually go into the options and change this image to the black images that I had before. Okay, you can change it to this manually, really easy, and or have even better, better looking um, graphics to change the thumbnails. But in any case, whatever you select will reflect on the front end. Okay, I'm going to save this to be my new product image. Okay. One quick thing that I can do before saving this and publishing this. Lab grows here, it's a fixed value, so we don't want this to show and have customers change that. I'm going to the edit options here. Remember, we edit the product, and now we edit the options. And I'm not going to change anything about this. But I'm going to find this text input, the lab grows here input, open it, and check out this. You can have an initial value to start with. That's very important because the initial value is something that will show up by default as a fixed content. If I put the message here, then it's going to show by default. But nothing's stopping our customers to delete this and put whatever they want. So if I want to have this fixed and no one can see or touch this, I have a hide option checkbox here. That's all I need. Basically, this option is hidden. Nobody can touch it. Nobody can change this. And it has this value as a default. So whenever I save this and go back to the initial product, the option no longer seems to be available, but the message is available. That's all I wanted. That's all I needed from the options. And now I'm going to publish. Oh, very important. Remember I mentioned you about the API key of the print-on-demand provider. Whenever you publish something using a POD, you don't have the API, it will give you this message reminding you that you should put the API, and you should put in the API so you have automatic fulfillment. Okay? You can still publish this, but it's not going to be an automatic fulfillment service until you put the API. And check it out. All working, all live. Changing everything at once. Actually, you see my store, it has a theme that makes this looks pretty decent. So I might stay with this. In any case, I personalize this any way I want, preview that, and purchase. Now, some of you have asked about the layouts. Layouts are a kind of an advanced tool for this session. We have covered that in previous sessions, but let me quickly tell you how you could use layouts. Basically, I have 2 grandkids here, but if I were to have 1, 3, 4, 7, any number of kids, I would go to my design. I will group these kids with the flowers in a layout, and that layout will be the 2 grandchildren. Then I can create free, an option for free grandchildren, save it, group it as another layout, do the same with 4, 5, and 6. And so I will have a lot of layouts, and each layout will have 5 children and 5 flowers, 4, 3, 2, and 1, all within the same design. Why would we do layouts? Well, basically because it saves you a lot of time, because Customily will understand that you have layouts and will create a drop-down option that says number of children. And whenever you select that, it will show you only 1 kid, only 2 kids, 5, 3, 4, anything you create. Okay, I could come to the design here, yeah, edit this. Remember, I'm going to edit the design, but the product is live, so it won't change the product. It will change my design for future products. Really quick, because it was not my intention to get into layouts today, but if I were to grab these two and create a layout, I will have a group of items that are called toolkits. Okay. And well, I could create new stuff, but I can actually remember Control C and Control V. And now I have a brand new layout. Okay, I have this layout and I have this one. If I were to delete one kit in one of these, this one's going to go one kit. And I can put it, let's center this, yeah, like that. Now I have this. This is how your design will start to look. It will have a group of items for one kid, two kids, 3, 4, 5, 6, anything. The background is the same, the messages are the same, but if I click on the two kid layout, I get to see that and change it. If I check on the one, I get to see that and change it. Basically, those are layouts. And Customily will create, when creating the options, will create an option to select two kids and one kid. And if you select two kids, it will show these items. If you select one kid, it's going to show these items. That's the concept behind layouts. But like I said, we have dedicated live sessions to that. And I hope you check them out. And of course, my teammates can guide you into which live sessions would be the best to learn layouts. Well, we actually did this with some products that had many names and stuff like that. In any case, while other questions jump in, if you later check these videos and others and need to ask something, you always have our support email, support@customily.com. You have the live chat directly on the app. It's available on business hours EST. And also, it's very cool to check out and join our Facebook communities, because there's a lot of feedback and coming back and forth with ideas and people sharing videos and tips and tricks and commenting the live sessions. So it's really amazing to join them and ask things around. Okay, so once again, thank you for joining this live session. I hope you all enjoyed the products we created together. Remember, once we upload the video, you will see the assets as well, the flowers and everything, so you can play with that and rebuild this and actually get the challenge of creating layouts like one of our attendees asked so nicely. So I hope I was able to answer that, and further questions, we're going to check them out over email. So thank you all for joining, and see you on Thursday. Have a great day.